Cancer loves acid. Cancer also loves no oxygen. The other thing cancer loves is sugar. When people come to us wanting help to conquer cancer, we suggest a diet that's highly alkalizing. We suggest ways to oxygenate the body. We also greatly eliminate the glucose.
Meet Dr. Barbara O'Neill. She is an Australian alternative healthcare advocate and globally recognized naturopath. Her journey into holistic health began when she successfully treated her son's illness using natural remedies, igniting a lifelong passion for empowering others through natural healing. Despite facing bans due to her criticism of conventional medicine, her approaches, backed by modern science, continue to transform lives. She has written numerous books. One of her most popular books is Self-Heal by Design, inspiring countless individuals to embrace a more natural path to wellness. First, let's understand why cancer thrives in an acidic environment. Once we uncover this, we'll explore the best alkaline foods to help balance your body's pH and create an environment where cancer struggles to grow. Cancer cells are known to flourish in conditions with high acidity. Here's why. Cancer cells primarily rely on a process called glycolysis, even in the presence of oxygen, which produces lactic acid as a byproduct. This process increases the acidity of their surroundings. This acidity weakens the immune system, making it harder for the body to fight cancer. It also harms healthy cells and damages tissues, allowing cancer cells to invade and spread to other parts of the body. In simple terms, acidity gives cancer cells the perfect conditions to survive and grow, while making it harder for your body to fight back.
So we're going to have a look at alkaline foods, and you might be surprised to see that the first alkaline food I'm putting up here is the humble lemon, and you might say, no, the lemon's acid. It is, and it's acid where it should be. There's only one part in the body that should be acid. You know where that is? Stomach. Because if you don't have an acid stomach, you can't break your proteins down. Dark green leafy vegetables are also alkaline forming. Dark green leafy vegetables we should be eating every day. That's your kale, that's your parsley, spinach and silver beet. Vegetables have an alkaline effect. When you cook the tomato, when it's cooked with an oil, it releases a plant chemical called lycopene. Lycopene is from the fat-soluble family, and that's another reason why we should be eating a little oil with our meals, because it helps release the fat-soluble vitamins. Lycopene is a potent antioxidant, and it has the ability to reduce the inflammation of the prostate gland, so that's good news, isn't it? So every man over the age of 40 should be having a cooked tomato and olive oil dish maybe 3 or 4 times a week. That's not hard. Lima beans and lentils, soy are the 3 alkaline forming legumes. For your grains, the millet is alkaline. Quinoa, amaranth, spelt and kamut are wild hybrids of the original wheat.
Prepare to be shocked, because here is the surprising and unfortunate truth about the wheat we eat today.
So let me give you the wheat story. The original wheat that God made is called Enkenhorn, or some call it just Enkhorn. And that original wheat had a very fragile protein or gluten structure. It is not sure when, but they estimate a couple of 1,000 years ago, Enkenhorn did a wild hybrid with a field grass and came up with the Emma strain of wheat. Its structure, its protein or gluten structure is not as fragile, but it's still fairly fragile. And in the 1950s, it was the Emma strain of wheat that was put through intensive crossbreeding, and it came up with the hybridized wheat that we know today. That hybridization of the wheat created an incredibly complex gluten or protein structure. Hybridization process changed the gluten or the protein structure, and it's almost only a cast iron gut that can break down that very complex protein or gluten structure. Emma wheat, it also did a wild hybrid to come up with a field grass and came up with the spelt. So the spelt, it has retained the fairly fragile structure, and if that spelt meal is made into a sourdough bread, the culturing process in the sourdough bread breaks down that protein or gluten structure even more, so that it now has the original structure of the Enkenhorn. If someone is celiac, They cannot have even the spelt. But if someone's gluten intolerant or gluten sensitive, they can usually handle the spelt, especially if it's made into a sourdough bread. So coming back to our alkaline forming foods, the two nuts are your almond and Brazil, and all your seeds.
Now let's understand, why does cancer love low oxygen? Cancer cells thrive in low oxygen environments because they primarily use a process called anaerobic glycolysis to produce energy. This process doesn't rely on oxygen, but instead breaks down sugar, glucose, to create energy. This helps cancer cells survive and grow even in areas with limited oxygen, which is often the case in poorly supplied or damaged tissues. Additionally, low oxygen levels, hypoxia, can trigger changes in cancer cells that make them more aggressive, promoting their growth and spread. Healthy cells, on the other hand, depend on oxygen to function properly. This is why ensuring your body has a good supply of oxygen is essential for overall health and for creating an environment where cancer is less likely to thrive. How to oxygenate your body. Breathing exercises. Practice deep diaphragmatic breathing, or try activities like yoga and meditation, which promote better oxygen flow. Exercise regularly. Physical activity improves circulation and increases oxygen delivery to your tissues. Aerobic exercises like walking, jogging, or swimming are especially effective. Eat oxygen-rich foods. Focus on foods that boost oxygen levels, such as leafy greens, like spinach and kale, fruits, like berries and citrus, and vegetables high in chlorophyll, like broccoli and wheatgrass. Stay hydrated. Drinking enough water ensures your blood carries oxygen more efficiently. Alkaline water can also help balance your pH. Avoid toxins. Smoking, pollution, and processed foods can reduce oxygen levels in your body. Cutting these out and maintaining a healthy lifestyle can help. By increasing oxygen levels in your body and adopting habits that promote better oxygenation, you create a less favorable environment for cancer cells to grow while supporting your overall health. Why does cancer love sugar? Cancer cells thrive on sugar because they use it as their primary energy source. Unlike healthy cells, which use oxygen to efficiently convert sugar into energy, as we know, cancer cells rely on a process called anaerobic glycolysis, which rapidly breaks down sugar without needing much oxygen. This process allows cancer cells to grow quickly, but it's inefficient, so they demand large amounts of sugar to sustain their growth. Essentially, the more sugar you consume, the more fuel cancer cells have to multiply and spread. How to eliminate sugar from your life. Cut sugary drinks. Replace sodas, energy drinks, and store-bought juices with healthier options like herbal teas, infused water, or fresh smoothies without added sugar. Opt for whole foods. Focus on natural, unprocessed foods like vegetables, fruits, whole grains. These foods have minimal to no added sugar. Choose natural sweeteners. If you need sweetness, use healthier alternatives like stevia, monk fruit, or small amounts of raw honey instead of refined sugar. Avoid sugary snacks. Swap candy, pastries, and cookies with healthier options like nuts, seeds, or dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao. Stay hydrated. Sometimes thirst is mistaken for sugar cravings. Drink plenty of water throughout the day to help curb cravings. Cook at home. Preparing your own meals helps you control the ingredients and avoid added sugars found in restaurant and packaged foods. By reducing sugar intake and adopting these habits, you not only deprive cancer cells of their favorite fuel, but also support your overall health, energy levels, and weight management. While medical treatments such as chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery have revolutionized cancer care and are often life-saving, they are not without limitations and risks. These treatments are highly effective in targeting and destroying cancer cells, but they also come with significant drawbacks, including reduced effectiveness over time, harsh side effects, and the risk of recurrence. Controlling cancer through diet offers a natural, complementary strategy to prevent, manage, and recover from the disease.